Hello. Weird to I was gonna do my introduction, hey, what's up YouTube, but I have not made a video in so long, and I really don't make videos much anymore. That's about to change, and that's because I am doing something so absolutely wild and bizarre, you're not gonna believe it. I barely even believe it, honestly. So, in the beginning of the school year, I got this wild idea for my next trip to be in Asia, and instead of just doing the summer, to make it an 8-month-long trip. I mostly got this idea because I started researching areas. I was just gonna hit Southeast Asia, and then the rickshaw run opened up in India, and that made me want to hit India. And then once I started looking at India, I started looking at Sri Lanka because that was right underneath. And then I started looking at more parts of Asia, and I fell in love with Laos and Myanmar. Oh my gosh. And after a few hours of researching, I decided I cannot hit all of this in 3 months. It's going to be nearly impossible. That's when I got the idea to travel for 8 months. Now, the only problem was I'm a full-time college student. How am I going to do classes? As well as how am I going to afford that? And so to solve these problems, I really started looking into online classes. And luckily for me, I had just enough classes available to take online in order to take 3 semesters online, 4 classes in 2 of them, 5 classes in 1, and it would keep me right on track. Now, how am I going to afford this? This is when the wild part comes in. I've had my Jeep for a long time, and it's given me a fair amount of issues over the years, and it's really finally time to get a reliable vehicle. So I decided I'm going to sell my Jeep and live off of what I make, and when I come back and I need a car that's a future Brooke problem, I'll figure that out. Oh my gosh, my passion just drives me wild. I don't know if you can tell, but there's nothing I love more than traveling, and I'm not materialistic. I just want to travel. I just want to be in my element. So I'm going to attempt to do this plan. I have 3 flights booked so far, so I know I'm at least going to 2 countries. Right now I have under $1,000 in my bank account to live off of. I'm relying on my Jeep to sell within 2 months, or else I'm gonna have to fly home, and this plan is not gonna work. So wish me luck. I am going to be documenting the whole thing. And oh my gosh, I can't wait. It'll all work out. It'll all work out. I literally leave tonight for the airport and I still do not have everything packed. I mean, my bag is packed, but all of this stuff still needs to go into that tiny bag. Wish me luck. Also, I want to talk about how I feel. I feel like it's important to document this part because it's a huge aspect of my life right now, and I want this content to be raw, genuine, and all of that jazz. And I want people to see, it's not all sunshine and rainbows right now. I am struggling with some stuff. Obviously financials, but I have been really struggling with leaving this time. This era of my life that I just went through, I genuinely really loved and enjoyed my life. I mean, I was living up in the city for college, and I had my rock climbing friends, I had my college friends, I had my work friends. It's just so many little things that made up my life that I absolutely loved, you know? I'm definitely gonna miss, I had this little bakery that I went to every week, and I'd do hours of homework in there, and it got to the point where I became a usual. They knew my order. And also just being able to have Thirsty Thursdays with my friends. Better at rock climbing every single week. Bar hopping with my work friends. There's so many different things that made up my life in the last few months that made me really enjoy it. And I met so many great souls that I'm oh, I'm so sad to be leaving this time. I think the first time I left for travels when I was doing Latin America my first year, I was not that sad. I was sad to leave my close family and close friends, but when it came down to it, I needed it. I was living in autopilot, so I had that push. Last year when I did Australia and New Zealand, that wasn't really that sad to say goodbye to everyone because I knew I was gonna be back for sure in 3 months. If all goes well, and I mean if absolutely everything goes to plan, I will not be back for a 1.5 years. That's best case scenario with travel. If it all goes down in flames, I'll be back in a month. So we'll see. But I think it's just the fact that I know there's a chance I'm not going to be back home in 8 to 15 months if all does go well, and I'm manifesting that it will. I think that is really sad for me because all my friends are going to be graduating this next year and I won't be here for it. But yeah, I guess that's just my feelings. I am very excited. Obviously, I would not be doing this if I didn't want to go. There's a trade-off. Like sadaju, if you heard of the Brazilian word that's going around TikTok, that's exactly how I'm feeling. It's the longingness for always missing out on something. Travelers have to deal with it, and here I am. I'm very excited. I head to the airport tonight. I'm gonna get dropped off by my mom because my flight is early tomorrow morning. Let's do it. Just said goodbye to my 2 closest friends today, and oh my gosh, tears. Saying goodbye is always the hardest part. Like once you can do that, once you can get past those goodbyes, then you're set. I have 2 more goodbyes and they're probably gonna be my hardest. It's my mom and my sister. But oh my gosh, that last one just hurt so bad. Apparently we have a thing for traffic jams because every time we come to Chicago, we get stuck in traffic. It is currently midnight. And we're stuck in traffic. Alright, so I've been at the airport for a bit, and I'm trying to be quiet because there's other people sleeping, but it's weird because when I was literally like on the way here with my mom, I was so dead. Like I fell asleep in the car. But ever since I've gotten to the airport, I've been sitting here waiting for it to open. It is currently 1 in the morning and I'm pretty lively. Like I've just been scrolling on my phone. And I'm waiting for jet lagness to just start hitting me like a truck. Alrighty, good morning from this gorgeous view of Sri Lanka. Actually not much to see there. So it's currently day 1 and my main goal for today is to beat jet lagness. I'm going to have as many cups of coffee as my body will allow. I have no plans for the day. I'm in Colombo for my first day and I'm staying at this hostel that is by Mount Lavinia. I'm probably gonna pronounce that wrong. I'm gonna ask the owners of the hostel what their recommendations are. Right now I'm trying to find the beach because I'm supposed to be really close to it. That was a dead end. Maybe I'll go ask for directions. Whew.